And so welcome. And I took off your background not because I didn't like it, but just because it makes it harder for me to work. Um, so, and I'll keep looking at your chat. So if you've got a response, you can just respond in the chat. Um, so I'm trying to understand the difference between these three tags: biography, Hawking's project, and his way. Not quite sure I see what the difference is. Looks like some things are tagged to, like early works looks like it's tagged to all of them. Okay. So then what I'd suggest you probably want to do is take that out of each of them, and we'll make a template. And that way you wouldn't have to have them in every one. But where this is going to be problematic is that when you then look at it in terms of the where'd you have it? You had your tab, this one. Oh, you did with Hawking's project. Okay, so I'm just going to change your template to Hawking's project. So now you've got, this shows up in every one, except nothing's in early works, nothing's going to show up in pictures because I ran it through a template for you. So that's, so if you want that stuff across the top here in every tiddler, then we'll have to figure out a way to get that to show through the template. I don't remember how to do that. But I'm not sure exactly why you'd want that anyway. So if you want this as like universal navigation more in your project, then you can do you can do sort of what I do in the class website and put stuff in the menu bar for the whole wiki. And then it's up here. And so that's another option. And so that's just a thought that this gives you that option up there. and that's using top bar. I think it's called top bar menu. And James, we probably should turn on the record now.
I've been recording it since you started this.
Yeah, good, thanks. So then, Arinta, you'll get a recording, so you don't have to worry about taking the notes. And that top bar menu is not something that we spend a lot of time, but that's not bad. If you wanted to be, you can make it a. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know CSS, Arinta. Do you know CSS or HTML? Is that something in your? You do. Okay. Then you could write some CSS for this, and let's see. So you can drag the design style sheet over here. I don't remember how to do, oh here, background color, so we'll just put it in yellow highlight. I think, can't remember how to do it, but you can probably figure out how to do a div. So div class equals yellow highlight, maybe not. Yellow hyphen highlight. I mean, that's hideous, but that's how you, so the way you do that is I just drag the style sheet in. So any tiddler that's tagged style sheet will read as a style sheet, and then this is straight CSS. And so I use an existing class, yellow highlight, which all it does is sets the background color to yellow. That's hideous, obviously. So we'll make it much nicer. We'll make it orange highlight. There you go. And there's another way to do a div. I can't remember how to do the background. Oh, I think it's in my, I've got it in some slides. I don't remember how to set the background color of a whole slide. I don't remember how to do that, but there's a way to do that. Button class. Here it is. Style equals background dash color colon yellow. I guess that's what, I think that's what we're actually doing in yours. Now I've lost your project completely. Here it is. There we go. So now that's like another way to, I thought it would set the back. I don't know how we're getting the, I don't know exactly what, but you can play with it and get the, you know, you can get a menu to show up there in colors if you wanted to do that. And that way, because you want the navigation across the whole project, not in there. You could also, this is tagged to the right bar. If you want this top left bar instead, that'll put it on the left. And if you wanted this to Yeah, you've got it. Thanks. Thanks, James.
Not a problem.
So this will put it back to where we had it. Top right bar. We lost the menu altogether now, but that's okay. And then we can put this dash. I forgot what I'm doing now, but anyway, but you can mess with the top and that'll give you an option, that you can move the menu up in there. So this looks pretty. I messed it all up, so I don't know exactly what I did now because it's hard to talk and type at the same time. So that would give you some stuff to work with. Try to get this, like I said, out of the tiddlers. And so basically you're doing a table of contents and that works pretty well. And so I'm not sure where you want to go with this from here, or if you've got a new project that you're going to work on. It looks like you've kind of beaten this one up, unless you wanted to do something other than this whole table of contents. If you wanted to move us through the biography in a slightly different way, perhaps, that would work. You might play with tabs and see if those are interesting. I'm not sure what these do. These probably take you to more content. Yeah. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. So did you have any other more questions, or are you starting to think of another project, or you're gonna try and do more with this project? What's your next step? Oh, I see this takes me out. Yep. Still have to finish. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So it looks to me like you've kind of, I would, unless you're building, okay, so you want to figure out ways to add pictures and video. Yeah, and that's fine too. But it looks to me like you've kind of gotten a lot out of this so far. And so adding more content is fine. I'm more interested in seeing you learn more design. Yeah, I'm more interested in seeing you use, expand your designing and expand the interactivity than expanding the content. So the content to me is interesting, but it's the interactivity that we're really after. If you want to grab some of the, if you're going to use YouTube video, there's a YouTube macro in DesignWrite that you can drag over. And use that. And that's going to go, I don't remember it exactly. Oh, I do. So there's macros for YouTube that you can drag from DesignWrite. So you don't have to, that handles the iframe, etc. And the pictures, if you wanted to make a little, you probably saw in a couple other projects now, some folks are starting to use the images that we built. Navigating a bunch of images, I think it's called. So if you want to do something like this, hey Marvin, how you doing? You might want to run through a series of images. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Thanks. Oops, I lost the chat. Did you have other questions? I've lost the chat window. There it is. Yep. If you've got other questions, just add them in here. Marvin, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Steve.